Good morning, children. So, we yesterday in our last class we have completed our physical change. Okay, physical changes we have completed, and today we will be starting our chemical change. So, I have given a small introduction about chemical change, right? So, what do you mean by chemical change? Chemical change means new substances are formed. Okay, physical change means no new substances are formed. Chemical change means a substance changes to, or a substance break down into, or a substance change from one form to another form. Okay, a substance changes to new forms is called a chemical change, and which is irreversible. We cannot reverse that back to its original condition. For example, curdling of milk. Milk changes to curd, but curd cannot return back to milk, which is irreversible, and a new product is formed there. Okay, so that is known as chemical changes. Okay, then definition: a change in which new substances are formed and which cannot be reversed by reversing the condition is called a chemical change. What do you mean by chemical change? A change in which new substances are formed and which cannot be reversed by reversing the condition is called a chemical change. Okay, let us now discuss some examples of chemical changes. What are the examples of chemical change? First example is burning of coal or wood. So, burning of coal or wood is an example for chemical change. For example, wood or paper, these all are same category. Okay, so what is its color? White color paper, or brown color wood, okay, or black color coal. When we are burning this substance, what it will produce? Smoke is produced, right? What is this smoke made up of? It is made up of carbon dioxide gas and water vapor. So when we are burning a substance, new substance is formed. Carbon dioxide is a new substance, water vapor is a new substance. So new substances are formed there. And from this carbon dioxide and water vapor, we cannot return back to wood or coal or paper. It is impossible to reverse back to its original condition. So we can say burning of any substance, not only coal or wood, burning of any substance is an example for chemical change. So we can say burning is an example for a chemical change. See, coal contains mainly carbon. Okay, you have seen coal in the market, koila. Okay, it contains carbon. When burned, the carbon of the coal combines with the oxygen of air to form new substance. What happens? This coal will combine with the oxygen. We know that everything will burn in the presence of what? In the presence of oxygen only. All substances will burn if we give oxygen. In the absence of oxygen, nothing will burn. Okay, so when the coal is burned with oxygen, it will form new substances. What are the new substances? Carbon dioxide gas. Okay, then carbon dioxide is a gas and is liberated into the air. So a new substance is liberated. Liberated means produced or supplied into the air. This change is irreversible. Okay, why? We see this carbon dioxide gas produced. Okay, the produced carbon dioxide gas, if we will cool the substance, will it change back to coal? It is not possible. That is why this is an irreversible change. Okay, why? On being cooled, the carbon dioxide does not give back carbon and oxygen. Okay, it will not change back to carbon, coal and oxygen gas. Hence, burning of coal is a chemical change. It is an irreversible change. So, we can say that burning is an example for chemical change. Understand? Then next one, when a paper or wood is burned, what is this paper made up of? It is also made from wood, from our bamboo wood. We are preparing paper. Those who don't know that knowledge, just think, keep in mind, paper is prepared from bamboo wood. Okay, so this wood contain which what thing? Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbon is present, hydrogen is present and oxygen is present. When burned, what happen? It will absorb oxygen from the atmosphere and forms new substances. What are the new substances? Carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. And when we will cool this carbon dioxide and water vapor, will it give back to paper or wood? No, we will not get paper wood. etc. Thus, we can say burning of paper and wood is also a chemical change. So, altogether we can say burning is an example for chemical change. Anything if we are burned, it will change to ash powder as well as carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. And this ash powder and carbon dioxide and water vapor will not return back to the original condition when we cool it. So, we can say it is an irreversible change. So, we can say all irreversible changes are chemical changes. So, burning is an example for chemical change. Is it clear? Then, see diagram, burning of any substance. Then rusting. What do you mean by rusting? Rusting means our iron pieces. You can see the knife used in the kitchen or iron nail which is kept in our building pieces and all. It is rusted, right? That means its color will change to brown in color. And a powder, when you will touch, rub with your hand, a brown color powder will be sticking in your hand. Okay, if you have not seen, just go through, notice any of the iron piece kept seen outside on the house, just rub your hand over it, you can see a brown color powder will be sticking on your hand. That powder is called rust. Okay, it is a that shows our iron pieces started to get damaged. Okay, so when a piece of iron is left in moisture air for some time, so when an iron piece is kept in the moisture or kept outside, when it come in contact with rain water or etc., what happens? A reddish brown solid is deposited over it. What happens? A reddish brown color powder is started to depositing, sticking on our iron piece. So how it is formed? Iron piece combined with the oxygen and the moisture. Moisture means what? Atmospheric H2O, water vapor. Okay, of the air to form a new substance called rust. So what? This iron piece, when we are keeping it outside, what happens? It is coming in contact with the atmospheric air, water vapor, oxygen, etc. As a result, the iron will start to damaged, started to decay. So what happens? A brown color powder will be depositing on this iron nail, and that powder is called rust. If you have not seen this thing, go outside and rub your hand over any of these iron pieces. You can see a brown color powder in your hand. What is that powder? That new substance is called rust. So iron changed to a new substance called rust. It is not possible to bring that rust back to pure iron. Okay, so we can say rusting is also an example for what? For chemical change. Okay, so this formation or the process of formation of rust is called what? Is called rusting. The process of formation of rust is called rusting. Okay, so the scrap out the rust from a rusted piece of iron. So rub your hand, that you will get the scrapping means rubbing. Okay, that rust you have to collect, and you will find that a portion of the iron undergone rust have been eaten away. You can see some iron pieces full of holes and all. Why? That much portion where it went, that much portions get damaged, full changed to rust. Okay, the rust formed cannot be changed back to iron by reversing the condition. So this formed rust is impossible to return back to what? Is not possible to change back to iron. So we can say the change is irreversible. So rusting is a chemical change. So from this we can say that the change of a substance from another substance and which cannot be reversed is a chemical change. So we can say that here rusting is also a chemical change. Understand what is rusting? Rusting means the process of formation of rust is called rusting. What is rust? Rust means a powder, a reddish brown powder seen on the iron piece. Okay, how it is formed? When an iron piece is kept outside and when it come in contact with the atmosphere, moisture, rainwater, etc., it will start to form rust, and that process is called rusting. It is an irreversible change. So we can say rusting is a chemical change. Understand? Then see this iron nail. On this iron nail a brown color powder is seen. Did you see this? That brown color thing is called rust. I think all of you have seen this one. almost all of the iron pieces will start to rust when it come in contact with the atmosphere. We can see our vehicle tire, wheel and all vehicle, some portions will get rusted, old vehicles and all, because it is we are keeping our vehicle outside. If it is rainy season, means full rain, it will be affected, rain water moisture is affecting, so it will start to rust very easily. Okay, then next example. So two examples of chemical change we have studied. First one is burning, second one is rusting, third one is cooking of food. Okay, see, the taste of vegetable and pulses change once they are cooked, right? After cooking different food items, its taste will be changed, right? This is because new substances are formed, right? After cooking and before cooking, there is difference in taste. Why? After cooking, the taste of the food is changing. Why? Then a new product is formed, because we are mixing with so many chili powder, turmeric powder, so many other things we are adding, salt we are adding, so taste will be changing. That is because the vegetable or the food we are adding and the other mixtures we are adding will undergo some changes, chemical changes, and a new food item is formed. A chemical change is formed there. Okay, and from that curry what we have prepared, from that, is it possible to bring back to the original condition? Not possible. Okay, so also we cannot obtain this green vegetable from a vegetable curry or grains from cooked pulses. So cooking of food is a chemical change, right? So cooking of food is a chemical change. We cannot return this back to the original condition. The next one is curdling of milk. When milk is curdled, when we are curdling the milk, what happens? New substances having different taste is formed. New substances are formed, and we cannot get back milk from the curd. We cannot return back, we cannot prepare milk from the curd. So curdling of milk is a chemical change. Is it possible to return that curd back to milk? Not possible. So we can say curdling is an example for chemical change. Then next, boiling of an egg. You have seen. So those who are eating egg, you can see that the egg contain a white color fluid and an yellow color yolk in it. After boiling, what happens? It will get thicker. Is it possible to return back to the first condition? Not possible, right? So boiling of an egg is also an example for chemical change. No need to by heart it. The heading only you have to study. 4 headings we have studied. First one is burning, second one is rusting, third one is curdling of milk, and fourth one is boiling of egg. Okay. Then next one is, see the diagram. If first condition is this one, second condition is here. So from the second condition we cannot bring back to the first condition. It is an irreversible change. So we can say that boiling of egg is an example for chemical change. Then digestion, our food digestion. Food is digested in your body. It is changed into several other things like proteins, vitamins, minerals, etc. from our food. Some are taken up, some are expelled by the body. Some of the food are taken by our body and some are removed by. And the change cannot be reversed either. This change, is it possible to reverse? We cannot reverse that condition. That digested food, we cannot return back to the first condition. So we can say digestion is a chemical change. Okay, so the fifth example is digestion. Then the next example is fermentation. What do you mean by fermentation? Fermentation means they are making of wine from sugar. Okay, fermentation means in the presence of what are known as enzymes, a sugar solution changes into alcohol. See, from sugar solution, okay, from sugar syrup, okay, or we can say from the grape juice, sweet it is, no, grape juice. From the grapes juice we are preparing grape wine. How? We will take the grape juice and we will put some chemicals like enzymes. Enzymes are some biological things. Okay, in biology you will study some biological organisms which is added to this sugar solution like a fruit juice, etc. That time what happens? These enzymes will start to act in our juice. As a result, the sweet taste will change to sour taste. Okay, khatta meeta, that taste it will come. So that what happens, it's that sweet taste is changed, and it slowly that sugar, that sweet juice changed to sour alcohol. Now that is sugar, grape juice changed to what? Grape wine. Okay, that is alcohol. Okay, from a sugar solution, with the help of some enzymes, we can prepare what? We can prepare alcohols. Okay. So carbon dioxide is also formed in the process and is liberated as a gas, no problem. That is not needed. Okay. So as a result, so when the sugar salt start to ferment means this is, its taste changes to sour, that is fermentation. A froth is formed and the liquid appear as if it is boiling. So what happened when it is started to ferment, small bubbles are formed there. Froth means like our, so when you will rub your hand with a soap bubbles are formed, no, that is called froth. Okay, same way, instead when a sugar solution start to ferment, a bubbles are formed here, that a bubble is called froth. Okay, and this process is called fermentation. Okay, fermentation means the formation of froth. Okay, when a substance started to boil, you can see froth, bubbles are coming, same thing. Okay, so fermentation used for preparing alcohol from sugar. The source of sugar are fruits and molasses obtained from sugar industry. Okay, from our sugar also we can prepare wine, as well as from fruits also we can prepare wine. It is an irreversible process, so we can say fermentation is also a chemical change. Okay. Then next one is photosynthesis. Smaller classes you have studied photosynthesis, right? What is photosynthesis? Green plants prepare food by absorbing sunlight, carbon dioxide, etc. It will prepare food and produces glucose. You have studied, no? That is photosynthesis. So from this photosynthesis, is it possible to return back to carbon dioxide or our sunlight or anything? Not possible. So we can say photosynthesis is also an example for what? For chemical change. Okay, see that equation. Green plants will absorb carbon dioxide and moisture. Okay, carbon dioxide and moisture will be taken in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. It will change to what? Glucose plus oxygen. Glucose and oxygen will be formed. This one you have to by heart it. Okay, this equation formula you have to by heart. So from this glucose and oxygen, is it possible to come back to carbon dioxide and moisture? Not possible. So we can say that photosynthesis is also an example for chemical change. Okay, clear? So which all are the example for chemical change? First one, burning. Burning is an example. Second one, rusting is an example. Then burning, rusting, then fermentation is an example, cooking is an example, digestion is an example, boiling of egg is an example. Then now we have studied photosynthesis is an example of what? Chemical change. This much we have studied. Read your textbook and the remaining portions we will study in the coming class. Okay. Thank you all of you. Take care all of you. Okay.